Hello, my name is João Gabriel, and today we're going to talk about a very important topic, which is should the use of nuclear energy be banned to avoid the risk of accidents? And the answer for that is no. We're going to dive into more details, but first of all, I gotta say, I'm not taking those informations out of my head. I consulted two experts on the internet. One of them is Dr. Brancher. He's a professor of sustainability in Heinlein Sustainability Institute from the University of Payton. And the other one is Professor Jacob Bongiorno. I don't know if I said it right, but he's a professor of nuclear science and engineering at the MIT. As you can see, I took some notes to keep a good memory. So according to those experts, the first information I like to bring is that the fear of accidents from nuclear power seems unjustified, since the general deaths caused by nuclear energy, when put in perspective with other energy sources, is way less dangerous, especially if we're talking about fossil fuels. And another information that is very important is that reducing the amount of fossil fuels, the causes of cancer and lung disease can be avoided. And we can compare to the energy that comes from nuclear power and the energy that comes from fossil fuels. And renewables and nuclear energy don't emit greenhouse gases, which includes CO2, in a significant amount. Almost all emissions by energy supply are coming from oil, coal, and natural gas. This very fact increases the emission of CO2 into the atmosphere, which causes all the disease I mentioned before. But the thing is, why don't we use nuclear energy instead of rely on fossil fuels? The main reason for that is because it's complicated. I'm gonna read what I have noted, so we're gonna be more aware of why. So in order to have a chance to escape the fossil fuels and by consequence the climate change, humanity needs to go through a very hard transition. It will be starting by the electrifying as many sectors as possible. And the reason for that is that because we can produce electricity with low emission technologies, such as nuclear power, we can also reduce the CO2 emissions. Currently, the 84% of the world primary energy comes from fossil fuels, and this is very complicated, and this also messes with the climate change, as I mentioned before, and messes with our health. Continue to talk about the challenges of transitioning to fossil fuels to nuclear energy. We need to talk about the lack of investment and innovation in the last few decades. The majority of the world's nuclear reactors are pretty old technology that is very costly to replace. And unfortunately, people are not willing to change that. So we're gonna stick with the fossil fuels for a long time. But as a conclusion of all those informations, nuclear energy, it's not more dangerous than the use of fossil fuels to generate energy, and the nuclear energy shouldn't be such a taboo. It's something that further in the future we're gonna have to use in order to have a more sustainable world. So that's it.